Alright. Earn my check, do my things. Everything seems to be working. Alright, so. Quick concern. Yep. So, last time. Went to investigate the planet that was owned by Klagos Winterscale, that was having issues with Eldari raiders. Arrived. Got lost in the jungle, and now trying to just figure out what exactly is going on with the place. Also, I'm pre-certain Klagos Winterscale is a Corn worshiper. Wait, did I speaks with God yet? Welcome to you. How can Speaks with Gods help you this time? Tell me about yourself, old man. Speaks with Gods is the name of this humble servant of the forests, rivers, and mountains. For when the two-headed eagle god speaks, the servant listens. Recounts the words to his tribe, and the tribe carries out his will. The old man closes his eyes, and his body sways to the rustling of leaves and the bobbing of the stream. The servant of dreams, nightmares, and reveries can see things that others cannot see. What has transpired and what is yet to be. Their appearance in the heart of the forest, and, priest faltered for a moment, consequences it bears for Quezda-Timba. What consequences of my coming to this world did you see in your visions? The Sky Herald stands at the crossroads. I see all of his choices and see none of them. The servant knows one thing clearly. Starborn must go to the Deadlands and destroy the one who should have been long dead. Suddenly, the old man throws his head back. His body shudders and droplets of blood burst from between his clenched teeth. Sunset rays will paint the heart of the forest crimson as the darkness leaves it, and the two stars will part, then meet again. Crimson, crimson, the fading light can still be saved. The priest covers his face with his hands and breathes slowly, finally coming to his senses. Forgive the servant, Sky Herald. The waking dreams are often the most painful. Is my headset working correctly? Okay, I think it is. Anyways. Adira, that's strange. I can't see or hear anything from the other side. I'll go ahead and say it, since nobody else wants to. I don't like this one bit. So if the darkness leaves the force, something bad will happen? I thought it was usually the other way around. Tell me about your tribe. You are the children of the fiery mother and the pale father, who look after us by day and guard us by night, the faithful servants of the two-headed eagle god who shields our lands from misfortune with his wings. We are the ungone forest-dwelling children of the earth, and the guardians of the temple of Quezda-Timba. First starborn to have ever set foot on the virgin soils of this land. Wait. Either my memory is as empty as an hemsek decanter after a party, or I've heard this before. Yeah, it leads ahead. Leads ahead is the half-sister of this servant of smoke, fire, and ash. She was the first to emerge from the mother's womb, thus named the next ruler of the tribe. This servant was a shield to fend off disasters from his ruler. Many years later, when the gift of the eagle god awakened inside the servant, Eliza Head named her brother the priest of her tribe. Your way of speaking is strange, just like your sister's. The old man looks down, embarrassed. Forgive the servants of Quezda-Timba for their speech, O Starborn. No matter how much the ancestors tried to pass the language of the gods onto their descendants, the tribes seldom use it. For the gods only descend from the heavenly palace, not more often than once in 3 life dwells. Okay. The servant knew that you would say that. The ritual truly make the forest safe? The priest nods affirmatively. The spirits from the darkness brought the fire rain down on Quezda-Timba, killing many of the tribes who had cared for the forest, young and ancient. This blasphemy enraged the guardian spirits, but as soon as the servant of the wind, rain, and sand soothed them with the ritual sacrifices and divine sorcery, Their wrath gave way to mercy. Sorcery. Do you not foresee this in your visions? The dreams come and go, Sky Herald. The faraway stars, sometimes the servant of the god can understand the mystical visions of the days of old or the future, but even speaks with gods, cannot fully comprehend the divine design of the two-headed eagle. Sometimes I'm blind, even when I can see. Alright, enough about that. I was obediently. Tell me, how did you and Winterscale survive all this time? The Starborn who carries the seal of Quetzaltemma's descendant is strong in both body and will, as befits a god. The servant, like the rest of his entourage, had grown weak on just the seventh night of our journey. Starborn continued to lead us fearlessly, pressing forward to seek out the spirits from the darkness, even among the twisted paths, delivering the sky's judgment. This servant of the grass, flowers, and trees regrets only the imminent death of Starborn's companion, the one you call the Seneschal. He quarreled with the ironclad guardian, and his words enraged the Starborn, and thus he slashed an unfortunate man's body up with his axe, and threw the remains to the wild animal Quetzaltemma for them to feast on. Yeah, that's what I guessed. Do you mean to say Winterskull killed his Seneschal? Servant saw everything with his own two eyes. The old man paused in hesitation and continues. It's not proper, perhaps, for a mere speck of dirt under the heels of the sky herald of the two-headed eagle god to muse about the deed. However, the servant did sense, with his entire being, the rage that possessed the Starborn at that moment, and the ironclad guardian reveled in his god's wrath. Ironclad guardian? Suppose you mean Collegius Winterskull's arch-militant, Wharton the Grey. Seemed dangerous to me, even on our first meeting. Time ago I spent wandering through the forest cemented this notion. Let's take my leave. The two-headed eagle god sheltered you under his wing, Sky Herald. Yeah, Caligula's Winterskull has issues. Serious issues. Master gave orders to be prepared. We're moving out soon. Wharton is prepared. Killing Xenos is what Wharton loves to do. House Casnia greets you. The mercenary already has a master. Identification, greeting, regret, communication function error.
Keep your wits about you.
Interesting. Also, all of them refer to him as a master. In questionable ways. Let's run back up in seconds one from trial.
Keep my options
okay, open. Can't go that way, I guess. To the scene of the slaughter. Priests performed the ritual, and now the way through the forest is clear. Collegius Winterskull proposed to finish the hunt before returning to the ships.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Walk that wasn't way. You may have helped us navigate them living forest clutches. Don't let it get to your head. I would have managed by myself sooner or later. Let's go chuckles and repeats. Sooner or later. I have some questions to ask of you. One day, you too will grow sick of all the talking, and then you too will choose shooting Xenos on a wild planet over endless intrigue. Your footnotes bring Collegia's voice. Fine, for plenty of time, so be it. I'll give you a private audience. If dear Corda knew how close we had become, she would have surely branded us conspirators. You hear you have decided to oppose both the Lord Inquisitor and the Corda dynasty. Boy, Kraken, eat them both for all I care. This makes a wry face and clenches his face in anger, acting as if there is a war on heresy. And the Expanse is just starting. Ha, I've been living it for decades. I don't need an inquisitorial preacher. I certainly don't need Insidia's goodwill. How did you survive in the forest all this time? Forest Questa Timbo are not like the jungles of Katachan, New Blood. The only thing that could kill you here is your own stupidity, or an unfortunate coincidence in the form of a stray Xenos or a rare predator. Rainwater for breakfast, nutritious larvae for lunch, and fermented fruit in place of wine for supper. One could not wish for better hunting grounds. Leaders laughs and falls silent, evidently unwilling to share the details. I've noticed such people look utterly woebegone, while you do not have a single scratch on you. It means my people are weaklings, and I shall change that soon. As for me, I have been of stout constitution since the day I was born. First, Caligo shrugs his shoulders indifferently, but after looking closer at his companions, he raises his brows in surprise. It seems that the rogue trader just realized the validity of your words. I saw the corpse of your seneschal at the forest camp. The old man was a weakling, and that is why he's dead. That's what happens when you can no longer fulfill your duty to your master. Gordon grins in contempt, his entire being expressing his disdain for the seneschal. Awareness to succeed. Clegos carries himself with an air of indifference, but the sun and furrows on his forehead betray his regret. Many fine warriors have perished in the sun. Raise a toast to their name when you can. Let's discuss the Eldari problem. Care about them that much, New Blood? Clegos bows in disdain. Go ahead then. Try to convince me that the vile Xeno scum deserve the mercy of Clegus Winterskull. But remember, you only get one chance to try. Let's go with number 5. I'm not even gonna try to say their Voxmaster's name, but Winterscale's Voxmaster made a promise your dynasty would fulfill any request from you if I were to lead you out of the forest of Quetzaltimbo. Those impression hardens. Consider my idiot Vorburn nephew dead. Besides, you haven't led me out of the forest yet. You've only brought us into its heart. Still have time to kill all your precious Xenos before I can become formally indebted to you. Don't think you can outsmart me as such games, New Blood. You've been a rogue trader for barely any time at all compared to an old hand like me, who scoffs acidly. That was your argument for the Xenos? Alas, you have miscalculated that. I do not wish to discuss this any further. The press his lips into a thin line. Alas, I don't talk. You cannot control the thoughts of this monkey, just as you cannot make a river flow backwards. Words cannot always move the mountains and dry the seas. Sometimes only blades can. Large militant, previously indifferent to his master's words, raises his head. His burning, curious gaze fixes on Yerlet. It's time to go seeking Eldari. It's about time indeed. Clegos gives you a friendly pat on the shoulder and summons his retinue with a gesture. It may take a while to find their trail, but Wharton here has a keen eye, and his sense of smell can rival any old dog. We will do just fine, especially the force being on our side now. Let's go, and try not to fall behind. Probably gonna end up killing Winterskull.
Is there money to be made?
See some Eldari ruins up there. Demolition.
The Emperor favors me today.
Free goods. 2 metal charges. Some resonance grenades. Two times target's deflection plus target's armor divided by 2 direct damage. That is intense. That is really intense.
Always keep your eye on the price.
I mean, for me, that would still be like 20 damage. But to Abelard, that would be like 40 damage. 40 something damage. That could stack really fast against certain things. Oh, found the Eldari. Stately Eldari warrior steps forward, calmly looking at the intruders. His armor and its adornments gleam in the sun, despite the traces of dried mud and caked-on blood. The Farseers instruct me to send you away, Monkey. The smooth voice of the Xenos sounds out in place of the rough wilderness of Quezitimor. However, I recently stopped meekly heeding their counsel, and besides, my sister has monked you. I'm curious to hear the outcast's tidings. Wait, what the crap are you doing here, Nocturne? Vain rhetoric, a masterful display. The temper of brother mine you ought to quell. Bravado has no place within this play. Do the merchants prove this all too well? This actor excellent, who did all light, upon the stage now will this piece complete. By choosing a finale opposite, who shall survive, and who their doom shall meet? Nocturne of Oblivion's mournful horn mask avidly tracks your face. I don't know about you, Lash, but these Xenos bastards are giving me the creeps. Footage shifts his excited gaze from the Eldari warrior to the solitaire and back. It's one in the motley. I want to kill him. Now. One Gray bares his teeth in anticipation, clutches the hilt of his sword. Nocturne of Oblivion. It's certainly been a while. What are you doing here? Solitaire bows theatrically. With embers glowing cupped in my two hands, I bear them through the deluge to the hearth. The Harlequin's metaphor implies he has been accompanying the surviving Eldari for a while now. It's not clear to you what hearth he is talking about, but perhaps he has managed to find a new home. Oh, nice. Ground Eldari camp. Xenos have made their camp among the ruins of an ancient city of the Imperium. Only the alien growths of the Xenotech and the wreckage of the Eldari ship disturb this picture of centuries-old devastation and rebirth. Despite their affected ease, most of the Xenos are pushing themselves to their limit. They are exhausted, nervous, and frightened. Even if they hide it well, they may have eluded your companions, but not you. I'm here to resolve this conflict peacefully. Tapestry complex as peace, and one that many threads demands for warp and weft. For this divine, three wills together spun. Its greed will sate in hands of weaver deft. From scars of past distress bewailed, with compact subtle gauze shall not be veiled. Playing with your prey like a cat. Fine, new blood. You're so young. Just remember that patience is not my strong suit. Larry watches Caligula's closely. After everything the Untalk has done for my people, I am willing to answer his questions. But you had better not make any sudden moves, my guy. War looks at you tiredly. Do not attack this world, Untalk. The last of Krudark's children assembled once more to scour the Master of Flesh, Cervantes, from the memory of the universe. The Master of Flesh. Someone more to scour the Master of Flesh, Cervantes, from the memory of the universe. The Monculus who abducted and tortured the Farseers from their craft world. We learned that he is hiding on this world. Something prevents our Farseers from discovering his lair, so we are forced to act decisively. Act decisively? Flashbacks. Calm mowing down 2/3 of the world's population, acting decisively? Jai sticks out her augmented hand, the mechanical joint skill pittishly under the way for indecent disgusters. The Master of Flesh from Komora? He is here? Yurla ignores the veiled confession inhales hungrily, doing her best to calm him down. We must destroy him. It's what we are here for, outcast. Stretch out your hand, grasp your vengeance together with us, and plunge into the dark heart of the architect of torment. Call purging an entire world a decisive action. Our Farseers, the ones we managed to save, could not name the exact location of the Master of Flesh. Even after our ship circled the world for a third time, something prevented them from seeing the truth. Something powerful. We knew your patrols would soon discover our presence, and so we decided to do something else, to exterminate the homunculus along with the world he had chosen as his refuge. Dari shrugs vaguely. The Monkai are flooding the galaxy at the speed of a meteor shower. This world will repopulate, eventually. A single world not worth eliminating a powerful enemy threatens hundreds of such worlds, both yours and those of my kin. What do the Xenos and the fanatical zealots of the Imperium have in common? The answer is simple. Both are willing to sacrifice billions of their subjects. The sullen grin that follows does not come in Jai's face at all. Niska meaningfully raised an eyebrow, and still deeming him worthy of conversation. Heretical technosites! Address the Eldari. Stands motionless, only occasionally casting a worried glance at the solitaire. You lost your world and are now depriving others of theirs out of vengeance. Why do you think you are different? How dare you compare a dragon to a lizard, starlight to the dim glow of a guttering candle? There's fury in the Eldari's eyes, as well as doubt. Make no mistake about your inferior species. A single child of Osran is worth thousands of your kind. Door of the camp. Dress Caligos. There's no trace of the board Caligos from a few moments ago. The rogue trader is now closely studying the potential battlefield. His enemies and the heads he intends to instruct. I do not support the methods of the Xenos, but I understand their motives. Perhaps they could pay you compensation. The Eldari warrior considers your words. The loss of treasure is a recruiter, but the memory of the Farseers holds knowledge, the value of which is difficult to describe in the Monkai's primitive tongue. If this helps to avoid bloodshed here as well as later, I am willing to come to an agreement. Establish a unique relationship with the Xenos known as the Eldari. I exact my compensation in blood, Lash. Caligos sneers. You'd be wise to remember that too. Address your elect. Your gaze went from Caligos to Solitaire, from the Solitaire to the Eldari warrior, and back again. An outcast among kin and strangers alike, a sorrowful burden that not all can bear. Do you still think your kin are worth saving? Never doubted, Alantar. To you, the deeds of my kin may appear cruel or even criminal. Spending enough time among Monkai granted me clarity of vision. Sometimes you treat your own kind even worse in pursuit of baser goals or personal gain. Yolette proudly squares her shoulders. Homunculus is a threat to both our species, Alantar. You know well what his dark heart and perverted mind are capable of. Travantis must be destroyed. My kin have taken on the role of a vengeful blade. Just Caligos. Caligos, you cannot kill the Eldari. What? Why? Taken back by your statement, Winneska lowers his power axe for a moment. Look at yourself, Caligos. You're becoming a monster whose only desire is to kill. Stop tugging at my conscience, Lash. You sound vile, like an insidia from my nightmares come to life to ruin the mood. Grimaces in frustration. Your words seem to not have angered him, but upset him. You no longer seem profit beyond the thrill of the hunt. You and the Xenos can help one another. There's been less good hunting to be in the Expanse since your arrival, New Blood. If the Xenos hold useful information about the distant stars, that is a reason to consider your offer. Throne take you, and all the misfortunes in the galaxy along with you. Scope gives you a clap on the shoulder. The expression on his face is mysterious and almost sad. I must confess that all this dismal talk has given me a migraine, made my old wounds ache. So you want to save these Xenos, suit yourself. But my grace, I entrust you with the lives of the enemies of humanity. Have fun. Should be heading back now. What kind of hunting is it when the prey does not even struggle in your grasp? I'm disappointed. Liz flashes a provoking look. Unless you think I'm going to forget about your words and promises, I shall revisit that later. Violet brushes a strand of fiery hair from her forehead and nods appreciatively. I know how difficult it is to go against the will of your kin, and yet I cannot hide my joy that we both lived through this moment and merged with a tale to tale. After all the suffering that the monk had inflicted upon the children of Krugerok, after all the punishment we have inflicted upon the world, heart remains troubled, knowing that we have only tempered our grudges for a time and are parted without bloodshed today. However, I dare not complain. For my kin, the hour of triumph has arrived at last. Once the Master of Flesh is no more, we can go to the edge of this stellar expanse, away from the gaze of Monkai, peacefully await the arrival of our kin from distant stars. What are you talking about, Sharon? Try and K? What? Garrett stares intently into the eyes of the Elder Warrior, but his gaze remains steady and calm. What kin from distant stars? Okay, Sirlet, I have some good news for you. Our Farseer has managed to contact the children of Crashfield Alatok. And soon your fellow outcasts will visit the part of the galaxy that the Monkai call the Expanse. They'll take us away, give us a new home, and Shrinky pauses, his gaze on you, wondering if he should continue. That one inherent in the path of the warrior wishes to tell me? Were these words meant to comfort my heart? Those words ring contempt and desperation. Oh, Asheron, your children once again seek to appease their pride by sending their kin to Monkai World. There's there to find nothing but blood and death. Farseer's mistakes doomed Krugerok, Sharon Kai, and their excessive cruelty and thirst for vengeance almost doomed those of you who managed to survive against all odds in the void between foreign stars. You know it just as well as I do, but you continue to do their bidding. Oh, Sharon Kai, you could take the Webway Gate and go away from the dangers and tribulations of the Expanse. But you have chosen to stay here instead. You are dying. You are feuding with the Monkai. Have not the children of Osron spilt enough blood? Is it not enough that we have lost our home? Why do you wish to expose even more of your kin to mortal peril? His iron will falters under Yerlat's relentless pressure. It is too late to change anything. The deed is done, their will carried out. The outcasts from Alatok will come to the local stars, and we will leave with them, sister. Saying there's another Eldari Craftworld heading for the Expanse? Aeshron, shapeless from this wool, pulls his arms on his chest in a graceful gesture, but the horror is obvious on his face. No, I will not allow another wool to perish in the hands of the Monkai, even if this means forsaking my soul. I'm not going to reveal all the secrets of my kind to you, Mon Elentok. You may have helped us in our hour of need, but I trusted you at the outcast's behest. But I will say this, the warriors of Alatok are coming here, to your stars. This is an unalterable truth. Do not sign up for yet another war against the Neos and Expanse. Call up your kin. Your kin's plan is insane. Convince them to relent before it is too late. It will take the warriors of Alatok many years to discover the Webway Gate capable of bringing their strike force to the Expanse. I shall be too old by then. Only on your deathbed will we hear the news. The children of Osron have come to exact their vengeance. For some reason, your words bring a faint smile to Yerlet's lip. Worry not, Elentok. It's my turn to rescue you and your people. Rescue me? How? Like a forgotten shadow, the solitaire steps into the light and leans forward with interest, a spectator watching the culmination of an exciting performance. During my exile, I met many companions who temporarily joined me on my endless travels. Yerlet closed his eyes. One such companion was a fellow outcast who had already completed many paths. It was he who told me about the ritual of unity, a great opportunity for one's spirit to reach out and touch the infinity circuit of the craft world known to the Farseers who perform it. Shrinkai said that the cruder Arc Farseers have already contacted Eltok. This means I can too. Did the darkness of space drive you mad during your exile, sister? Shrinkai wrote close from Yerla as if from a scorching flame. Even those who walk the path of the seer balk at joining souls with the ancestors inside the circuit. They are wise and know that the ritual is perilous to the spirit. Chances of success are simply non-existent. You would die without achieving anything. Even if you did not die immediately, ask yourself honestly, why should the ancestors listen to a simple outcast? As you said, I will talk as a wold of my fellow outcasts. They would not wish harm upon me, which gives wings to my hope. Look me in the eyes, Sherinkai. Do you wish to end the suffering of our kin? I can see the answer in your heart. You must accept it and help me. Though your last words are addressed to her kinsman, she is watching your reaction closely. Expanse has been through hard times of late. We do not need trouble with the Eldari, now or in the future. As the warriors of Alatok arrive in this part of the galaxy, sons and daughters of Krudark will perish among the wolves of the Monkai. The fate you wish for us? We have to find another way. I understand that it is not easy for those who have lived all their lives sheltered within a craft world to accept that sometimes life leads us down different paths. The path that you and the Farseers have chosen only leads to more pain. Let Urilet handle it on her own. I've done all I can, sir. You know what you must do. Saltaire does not intervene. Shifts his gaze to Sherinkai as if expecting to hear the last line of the plate before the curtain falls. The Asteron forgive his children. Sherinkai sighs and gestures to a few of his warriors. Fetch the Farseers. Tell them the outcasts wish to perform the ritual. We will wait for them here. Strangely, the permitted clearing where the paths of humans and Eldari happen to cross has gradually dissipated. All eyes turn to Urilet, the Eldari who managed to survive the deadly ritual, and who awoke looking pensive and enlightened. Oh, so I guess the ritual just happened? Okay. You survived. Ostron showed you mercy, outcasts. So did our ancestors from the Alatok Infinity Circuit. Tell me, sister, what was their answer? I guess they forgot to add who was speaking. I'm guessing this is I guess that was the Farseer and this is Urilet. I am tired of the Farseer's blindness and my kin's hatred, Sherinkai. All the choices of our people led only to suffering and the loss of our loved ones. No longer wish to be accomplished in others' hatred and pay for the mistakes of those who were supposed to guide us towards the light, but who led us into oblivion. Urilet glares at the nearby Farseers. I convinced my kin to divert the river of their anger. The ranks of outcasts will arrive in the expanse, unseen and unheard. Not for the sake of war. They will find and take away those who remained, the last sons and daughters of Krudark. Then they will depart the Monkey Stars without a trace, forever. The angry Farseers try to object, but Sherinkai gently interrupts them. Brothers and sisters would not dare ask you for more, Urilet. I understand choice. Even my spirit cannot fully accept it. Urilet, you're right. The Eldrar's sorcery looked dangerous. I'm fine, Alatok. Gracious look and slight smile underscore Urilet's words. Thanks to you, I've finally reached the end of my path. This path? And I'm grateful I had you to walk alongside me. So what now? After the massive flesh has been dealt with, Sherinkai sighs tiredly, a faint shadow of his smile gracing his face. We will go home. As soon as possible. Not be opposed to cooperating in the future. Our paths cross again one day. We will begin our conversation by greeting one another, and not unsheathing our blades. Sherinkai ponders into something. Time in this world is too short to hope for it. But remember our promise, Alatok. Urilet, will you not stay with your kin? I'd be lying if I said I had not thought about it. You have helped me, my kin, all this time to the best of your ability. Shall I repay you in kind? I'd be glad if you stayed. And so be it. Urilet folds her fingers in a familiar gesture of trust and accord. Still hope to find the homunculus? Kari produces an unknown xenodevice. Farseers cannot divine where the Master Flesh makes his lair, for an unknown force is hiding him from the penetrating gaze of the Wise One. Children of Oseram have never encountered anything like this before. Having circled the world sometimes and fell in our search, we ventured to unleash our pent-up fury on the planet, in the hope that we could be graced with a fortunate accident. Alas, the fate of the Master Flesh remained unchanged. The Farseers could feel the beating of his black heart, but were powerless to do anything. That was when our rangers began to deduce coordinates of his lair based on the readings of the wise ones, and the lands untouched by fired weapons. And they would have succeeded had the Monkai not attacked our fleet. The revised thrums and holographic projecting the roll of several marked coordinates appear in his palm. I'll share the information I've gathered, for I hope that even a master of flesh will not be able to elude 2 pursuers at once. Time to track down the homunculus. We will search the part of the world where the local star is set. You should go where the star awakens. Good hunting to you. Nice. Also level up. Next single target will have a minimum. Have a 50%. Let's go down some cavalry. And let's up intelligence. Oh, wall of rock rate. Let's up his. Let's go up toughness, or actually, let's go with agility. Give him some more mobility. Probably kick. So let's go with reckless rush. Let's up her agility as well. For her, let's go with linchpin. Let's up fellowship. Go with raid. Share the bonuses. That's up her agility. Whenever God's circumstance would make them fall unconscious, the Psyker immediately gains the next turn. During that turn, the Psyker can only use prophetic intervention. We're going to use under these conditions. Restores the allies' wounds to the amount they had before they attack would trigger the intervention. However, the Psyker's psi rating is reduced by -1 to the end of combat. That's pretty powerful. I'll go with that. And probably up in the, let's see here, Self willpower. Sun Kalim as sniper. Must pass a toughness test so that or become blinded. Dang. Farseer mesh armor. Character wearing this armor or suffers a critical hit, so reduced by that. Plus, if their wearer's willpower is more than 70%. Interesting items.
Keep your wits about you.
Huh? What's this? Dirt covered walks. No, Stenza, I miss the times when fire cultivators were only used for working the fields. Back then, I thought, by the throne, damn that forest. Can't take your eyes off it for a tick, or else it'll mess with production. Nowadays, the damn forest is the only thing that we can defend people. We would have guessed. We, the Silvaris, are the only ones who can pass through it. We have a fire cultivator intact, that is. I did hear, though, that one of the Astropaths managed to lead a group of 50 people through the brush. Nobody has heard from them since. The enemies managed to gap them, didn't they? Come meet us halfway. I'm leading a new group, and Prometheus, my cultivator, is running out.
I always have a backup plan.
This is for settlement.
Let us not dawdle.
Okay, just expect there to be something to do there, but I guess not. To the shuttle.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Cervantes presence in this garden clears when scheduled with festival has by taking the ship along a parallel around the southern hemisphere. I already added the approximate horizontal. Okay. So back to the bridge. Anything happen? Wait, was that just sent or? Oh, there's been 2 bots, and for some reason, thing isn't working. Why not? Sorry, the thing I have set up for showing me chat is not working. Why? It's not working at all. I just noticed that. Sorry about anything I missed. Yeah, because it's not even popping up on stream preview. Which means weird. Well, it seems like all I missed is 2 bots on Kick. Let's just get rid of them. And French fry. Just your message. Sorry about that. So why is that happening? Oh, I can use my phone to pull up Kick. So let's just give me a moment to get things set up so I can actually keep track of things. Alright, so I should be able to track YouTube and Kick's chat now. It won't appear on stream or on my computer, but I should be able to track them. Unfortunately, I got nothing to track Twitch, so, yeah. Posing our ability is designed to show the position of celestial bodies within the current system. Well, that's fancy and new. Now, what's this? Angelic Stat tries over the bridge, akin to a benevolent guardian watching over the crew. First time that's new, too. Oh, that's new. Your sharp-shaped scope can reveal the dim light of different stars to the one who has courage to plot a course to explore systems and illuminate the darkness therein. Let me just look at this thing. Don't know what it does, but it's a thing. Got some benches up here now. Promenade has a dedicated rest area. The velvet cushions and the bench seats look soft and comfortable. That's fancy and new. Binocular observation mechanism allows the Lord Captain to calibrate macro cannon fire directly from the bridge, should he see fit to take personal command when defending the ship from the many threats of the void. Alright, to the homunculus laboratory. You can hear the anxiety in Dira's voice, even over the Vox connection. Lord Captain, we found it. The door is so close. I can practically feel its metal handle in my head. The voices are whispering over each other in both my ears. I can barely make out what they're saying. Please, take me with you. Keep telling me I won't get another chance. I believe them. It's now or never. Very well, we'll go there at once. Thank you, Lord Captain. We'll owe you till the day I die. You can hold me to that. Well, Dor, I'll see you soon. Alright, so you're lit. Because this is going after the homunculus. I honestly just bring everyone who, faced off against the homunculus. Except for Olafar. I guess. Should I swap Jay with Olafar? Try. No, I'll keep Jai. I'm gonna bring Olafar.
I cannot be leashed.
Alright. You can get, confident approach. Those guaranteed crits. And let's up your agility. Thick layer of ancient dust covers the walls, floors, and equipment. Cargo. Knock knock, let me in.
That's how it's done.
Stuff.
I always keep my options open.
What happened? Voices are so noisy. They're calling me. The door must be around here. We need to go further. Deeper.
What are you whispering, pure-hearted sister? A command to the fearsome spirits of battle?
No, Brother Ulfa. I humbly pray that the Emperor sends clarity to my eyes, so that they might recognize falsity and then destroy it.
Alright. Furniture is clearly fitted for human comfort, where everything is covered in a thick layer of dust. Why is Tervantis here?
Take heed.
Okay.
Keep a sharp eye.
Logic.
Success.
There's a
is
still
the
silence on
only
the
outcome
cogitator,
I
but it's not difficult to
accept.
break. The machine spray has been tormented. Someone ripped every bit of useful knowledge from its memory. Looks like a machine write kit set. So let me repeat the test for some reason, despite the fact I succeeded.
Is there money to be
None
made?
are better at searching.
Oh, it missed.
What is that?
Join me in prayer.
Ow.
Never doubt me.
Always keep your eye on the price.
There's a trap on the way to the trap.
I sense something nearby.
There's surgical.
Duty prevails.
Say anything to report the requirement for what? Culture is deep in dreamless slumber, and the sacred engines and connection ports have long since dried. Strange notes. The notebook contains detailed observations, formula, and diagrams, and is thickly covered in a vicious greenish liquid. Almost all the pages are firmly glued together. The contents turned into blurry stains. Experiment number 78. Outcome failure. Subject capable of maintaining minimal vital fails short of every requirement. Degree of something abnormalities and deformities unacceptable. Failure. Upon being removed from the capsule, the subject's vital processes cease in an excruciating manner following a brain hemorrhage and multiple internal bleeding. Experiment number 13. Outcome. Partial success. Specimen capable of maintaining basic vital processes, but only if continually neurally stimulated by means of drilling through the elbow, knee, and hip joints. Experiment number 71. Outcome. The last subjects conform to the minimum requirements, but their capabilities are limited. They're incapable of learning. No capacity for of the original organism. That's a lot of wounds! Accelerating speed increases MP has been increased in combat. Whenever an attack deals damage to this creature greater than 15% of the creature gains that much. Natural armor. The death of this creature enrages and string that's caught near. And it's plus 30% armor, plus 5 deflection. This creature can attack more than once per round. I think Venom. Collaboration, Xenos. So Drakari. Those guys have a lot of wounds. It's gonna take a while to tear through them.
I always have a backup plan. Xenos scum! You don't belong in this galaxy.
I will revel in your pain.
Keep a sharp eye.
Oh, goods.
On it.
So it didn't actually attack, but it did move, I guess, and take damage, so.
Was that you? Or... anything else?
Random scream, okay.
Will do. Anything else?
Sensory deprivation. Nice. So yeah, failed. So it's really messed up. That is good.
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. I understand your intent. If it serves your cause. If I must. No weakness is hidden from my sight. I am not your Xenos pet.
Dodge, 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 dodge.
Doubt is for the weak.
Comes an approach.
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deeds is worthless.
Darn.
I'll see to it personally. It's as good as done.
$13. Should have used this first to actually get 0, but whatever.
I'll see to it personally. You should have thought twice before crossing me. I'll make it happen.
Melting Venom, each turn surface. Toxic damage, you stack venom increases MP by -1, damage by -10. Oof.
Nobody escapes us. The suffering will sustain me.
That's a lot of cover.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. I took care of this one. Indeed. I will do my duty.
So die in disgrace. See how the wolf succeeds. Ah! Cubs play.
Prone.
I challenge you, damn it.
Cover me!
'Screaming!
Will do.
0.
On it. Anything else?
Buzz with the screaming.
Was it you? Or... If it serves your cause, this tedium is beneath me. If it serves your cause, another soul slips beyond the veil. Just designate a target. I understand your intent. Fortune favors the swift.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it. Faith without deeds is... In thy light I stand, and thy light I crave. I'll do it.
I'll see to it personally. It's as good as done. On it.
My ears are ringing. Grey hair, sure hand. An exemplary strike.
Nice.
At your beck and call. Victory is imminent. At your beck and call.
None can do this better than a warrior of the All-Father. I will carve runes out of your bones.
Alright, now this dude's enraged. But I don't care.
Jedi in disgrace.
Or Xenos.
Just as I planned.
The foreign, feeble, and crazed creature is a pitiful and clearly unviable copy of the homunculus Cervantes. He's trying to make copies of himself? He uses the flesh, skin, and bone stuck in the dark, sticky sludges that cover the table. From a distance, the creature resembles a homunculus, but upon closer inspection, it is more like a bad caricature of one. From a distance, the creature resembles one.
Keep your wits about you.
Logic.
I always get the job done.
Ooh!
I I always keep my options open.
Athletics.
Experience. Nothing matters
They're
more.
close. I can almost feel the door handle in my hand. What? Yes, yes, I hear you. My sweet whispers, just guide us, please. Also, I love how we have to jump that rather than just lift it. I've seen this corridor before. We should turn right. We're almost there. Is this a dream? No, who cares? Anyway, only one way to go. Yes. It's to the right. Yadira stares intently at the solid wall in front of her, shifting from foot to foot and biting her nails. The wall looks like an ordinary plasteel and rockcrete surface, no different from any other in here. Lord Captain, this is it, the place for my visions. Even the scratches in the walls are the same, except for one thing. She points at the wall. It's where the door's supposed to be. Hello, Potato. It's where the door's supposed to be. The one I keep seeing opening in my dreams every night. I've seen this moment so many times it feels more real to me than I am. Visions couldn't have lied to me. Trust your feelings. Go ahead. Try to open it. Open a door that doesn't exist? Ha! Things you say sometimes, Lord Captain. Well, it wouldn't be the strangest thing we've ever done. Oh, what the warp. What have I got to lose? Here goes. Darius steps closer to the wall and reaches out towards the non-existent door. As if in a trance, she clenches her fingers as if gripping an invisible handle and slowly turns it. You hear a click. A violent ripple tears through the space around the wall. A cacophony of whispers makes your skin crawl from head to toe, like an unseen wave emanating from twisted, broken reality. Uneven rays of impossible, nauseating light break through the rockcrete, forming the silhouette of a doorway. Eventually the vision passes, and you clearly see a door where a blank wall used to be. Dare turns to you with a wide and somewhat deranged smile. Lord Captain, we found it. It's the door, exactly like one of my visions. Which means my salvation is close. Except, she frowns in concern, except it wasn't hidden by some force field contraption. It was a powerful warp barrier. Could never have removed something like that. It's like our arrivals expected. Now they're inviting us in. Best be ready. Someone who knows their witchcraft is waiting inside. As long as we are together, we will get through this, dear. Trust me. Dear looks somewhat emboldened by your words. She smiles. Well, you're not wrong. We've been through worse, haven't we? Thanks, Lord Captain. I won't let you down. Let's go through the hidden door.
Is there money to be made?
Do you not struggle to carry the burden of all your years, Grey Warrior? Will your hand not eventually betray you in combat?
Youth has vigor on its side, but age has knowledge. I'm sure even a long-lived Xenos must understand the importance of experience.
I will lead us to fortune. What a peculiar thing. Success is the only outcome I accept. Always keep your eye on the prize. That's how it's done.
Alright. Loot. This figured body is hanging all over this old maintenance bay like worthless slabs of meat for which the owner could find no better use.
None are better at searching.
Just as I planned.
This isn't Travantis, is it? No, it's a warp sorcery. Why would it be Travantis?
Let us not dawdle.
Unless the thing was shattered from the inside by an unthinkable force. withered victim's face is forever twisted in a silent scream. Oof. Revolting biomass, some elements of which can be interpreted as human features, floats in the green liquid. For Chardonnay, dark swiftness, and melt charge.
I always have a backup plan.
Watch your steps.
I always get the job done. This could be an opportunity. Success is the only outcome I accept.
Drained Farseer. Yes, this isn't Travantis, but what is going on here? Drained Farseer. You see a contorted, agony-racked Eldari, or more accurately, something that resembles one. Dozens of scars and sutures cover its face. The sight of its misaligned joints moving under its skin makes your stomach turn, and singular eye looks devoid of sanity. And yet, as you examine the creature's tattered clothes, you can still recognize, albeit with some difficulty, ceremonial raiment of a Farseer. Alas, my deliverance, Monkai, the disgrace, the humiliation of failing at the hand of a lesser creature. Enough. The anticipation of this moment is all that has allowed me to retain a vestige of reason. End me now. It takes a crippling breath. Who are you? I do not recognize you, but your vestments. Child of our dead home. I did not remember you, but it gladdens me on the cusp of death to behold a spark of the Ashrani. Who are you? A hollow shell forced into servitude. Every thread of my being calls out to me, urging me to claim your lives, only to stop by the fading remnants of my former self. Quickly, I demand that you give my death to me and break the shackles of this nightmare. Farseer's crooked fingers reach for his temples. Now you notice a sinister-looking device on his head. Fear freezes, her eyes locked on the familiar translucent threads of the scythe stifler coiled in sickening patterns around the Eldari's temples. A crystal vice. No, it's not fair. Is this my salvation? You tell me I escaped bloody Komoro, just put that thing back in my head willingly? Dismayed, she keeps looking between you and the Xenos. So what are you? Travantis' plaything. The master used me. By means of that which now tingles my mind and bends me and my powers to its will. I'm the tool that conceals the Slayer from prying eyes to the energies of the Veil. Had the Monkai Seer not heard about my pleas for help, he never would have found me. Pleas for help? Dari doubles over in agonized presence, his voice ringing like a talent string. Silent cries pierces the veil and send visions of his prison beyond its walls. They carry with them all my dreams of deliverance and liberation. Is that not the reason for your coming? Dara bursts out laughing, her voice hoarse and disturbed. Oh, this half-baked guff is killing me. Does that mean it wasn't my own salvation I saw in my dreams? Was this half-dead Xenos deliverance? Come off it. Don't you buy any of this crap we're happening? He's just trying to mess with our heads. I have no reason to lie to you, Monkai. However, your beliefs are of no matter. You're already here, which means I'll finally die. I've never been merciful to Xenos. I have no desire to start now. Let him suffer until death claims him. She'll grant you a swift death. Let it be so. Farseer rises from his knees in a jerky motion, like a broken marionette, takes a step towards you with glassy eyes. Foul fingers move as if tugged by invisible strings, and the mutilated bodies of the twisted creatures in the tank start convulsing synchronously. Now, fighting musing, their unblinking eyes shift to you.
Your kind has no right to exist. We are called to battle.
Okay. Experimental clone. Kari. This is a lot of crap. Drained Farseer. Forewarning, perfect timing, Iron Arm, Invigorate, Metabolic Overcharge, target immediately gains an extra turn with twice the number of the normal MP and 4 AP. The body is subject to severe stress. They suffer 5% of maximum wounds damage at the end of each turn until the end of combat. Every extra target makes during this extra turn will also trigger this damage. Lightning Park. Totem Osron, the Eldari Superman. Combat Master Psyker Terminus. Divination for warning, perfect timing, Biomancy, Iron Armor, Invigorate, Metabolic Intervention. Next turn, every time their ally dies. Also gain an extra turn when the ally's wounds drop below 50%, only once per ally. So this guy gets 2 extra turns effectively for every enemy I kill. Oh boy.
Will do. But of course. Anything else?
Succeeded. Makes sense because he has 80. Now he has 60, which helps a bit.
Was that you? Or... On it! Anything else?
I'll return this favor tenfold.
Just a minor setback.
Successful experimental clone.
I've suffered worse.
Thirst.
If I must. This tedium is beneath me. I am not your Xenos pet monkey. No weakness is hidden from my sight. Ancestors, guide me!
First one he needs to go down is the Farseer, because otherwise he's just going to keep getting turns.
I answer the call.
Keep your distance.
Plans of fate Who, if not me? I'll see to it personally. I'll make it happen. I'll see to it personally. Who, if not? Consider this a taste of what's to come. I'll see to it. On it.
Keep your distance.
Rejoice in battle!
Favor tenfold.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Doubt is for the weak. This is why I was chosen. Faith without deeds is worthless.
I will do my duty. At your beck and call. It will be done.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Target well.
Did he just give himself an extra turn by killing his ally?
Still standing. Just barely.
Jesus! Chill!
Our foes reek of cowardice. See how I have become the All-Father's one! I will carve runes out of your bones! The wolf is on the hunt. Wolves reign! You will pay dearly for your actions. So shall it be. Comes blood. My strike is ruin!
Why did I not foresee this? Will do.
It are those who sacrifice for the Imperium.
Fear
the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. Doubt is for the weak.
Heal my wounds.
My Emperor! Faith without deeds is worthless.
At your beck and call. I'm not interested. It will be done.
I'll return this favor tenfold. The fame-hungry come. Is thunder. My instincts tell me to refuse. I challenge you, Damget. See how the wolf succeeds? Wolves reign!
You attack.
I'm enraged! Guided by faith. I'll do it. As the Emperor commands.
For your action.
I'll do it. Doubt is for the weak.
God dang, having no recoil is just amazing.
Escape the Emperor's judgment.
Deer carefully pulls the threads of the Stifler out of the Farseer's breathless body. The strange device glimmers ominously in her hands, and it is difficult to tell in the dim light if its threads are moving on their own or if it is because her whole body is trembling. Terrified and confused, Adira looks at the device, then at you, then to that Aldari. That Xenos. Did you see his eyes right before he attacked us? It's like there's no light left in them, and it's all because of this thing. I don't want to die, but I don't want to live like that either. It means I'll stop being myself, then what's the point? Adira is warily observing Adira from under her lowered lids. You do not have to resort to a solution like this. There are other ways. My kind have other technology, devices not designed purely to scourge the soul. Oh yeah, Red? I'm sure they do. And as soon as I visit your nearest and dearest, I'm sure they'll welcome me with open arms and spoil me with gifts. Look here, Let. If you're not on great terms with them, then what chance does a Monkai witch have? Just straight up kill a deer. Why is that a choice? Break that abominable device. Robbing yourself of your soul is never the way. Yes, you're right. This crap isn't worth it. Time to accept the inevitable. Entertain these fantasies of a nice long life all alike, but that's all they'll ever be. Fantasies. Pretty tales to tell over a glass of Amsec to make real life seem less shitty. The reality of the situation is ugly and merciless. I'm a psyker. My ability is getting more and more out of control by the day, which means I'll go out like any psyker should. Be ugly and merciless. What I can hope for is that I'll be so fragging awesome and heroic that you'll be telling stories of it to your grandchildren for ages. Thank you for helping me realize this, Lash. It steers sniffles, and casually drops the slice stuff on the floor, where it shatters into a million tiny pieces. Pretty sure we're done here, Lord Captain. Well, let me know when you have some time, once we're back on the ship. I want to talk to you about plans for the future in private. Here we go now. Still got a whole life to get on with. Tank filled with repulsive green liquid contains a mutilated figure. It's difficult to say whether you're looking at a Xenos, a mutant, or a machine. Witch Staff. Two-handed primitive weapon, plus 10% armor penetration for every level of the wielder's psi rating. Dari Farseer mesh armor. Yeah, pretty cool item, but don't see a use for it.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
I guess I don't get the mono knives. I mean, like, that's fine, but clear passage.
I better myself through my service.
Lord. Bodies of runaway test subjects. They failed to find a way out and died from hunger and disease. Oof.
Keep your wits about you.
Unlock.
Just as I planned.
Tiara of the Immaterium. The wearer gains plus 10 willpower and suffers minus 50% less warp damage. Dang. And a melta charge. I like getting melta charges for using melta charges. It's great. Group of runaway test subjects barricaded the door in a desperate attempt to escape from a terrible fate. The help never came.
Hunt brothers, take heed.
Build a bridge out of planks. Seer minus crippled arm, that's fine to deal with. Head trauma, that sucks. Actually, do I have any more of those? Skin patches.
Fate and fortune favor the bold. I owe you a debt.
So too, that one sniper I got. Not worth it. I think that hers is better, other than this causes blinding. What does I Hecton do? Oh, that's right, plus 100% over penetration. Anyways, back to going after Cervantes.
I always keep my options open.
Knock knock.
That's how it's done.
Murder loot. Cage, bars, and floor are covered in caked on blood. Xeno storage device has been placed out in the open. Clearly sees regular use. Ugh. Corpse in Tech Priest garb was shot in the head, more likely cold-blooded execution than death in combat.
This is intriguing. Success is the only outcome I accept.
Looks like that elevator goes down.
Is there money to be
I
made?
sense something nearby.
Let's finish exploring this floor first.
I always get the job done.
Or
That's
Xenos?
how it's done.
Thick green sludge, a condensed solution that Xenos used for growing clones, is still running down the walls of large, heavy glass capsules.
Always keep your eye on the price.
Cervantes. Here we go. Wait, why are there multiple Cervanteses? I mean, why are there... I mean, I knew that he was trying to make more of himself, but... Why does there have to be more of him? You're looking at several completely identical homunculi at work. A disturbing sight. The indistinguishable and familiar faces turn their attention towards you, morosely, almost indifferently. Cervantes the Arch-Machinator. One of the homunculi starts to talk, with all the usual arrogance. Specimen, we meet again. Your escape from Gamora was both a statistical anomaly and an act of abject cowardice. You should have died in the Dark City instead of overstepping the limits of your own usefulness. It caused too much commotion. Monster falls silent, but barely perceptible electrical charges run through the homunculi's bodies. And the one who spoke continues. So you're here. Now what? Are you going to bore me with your questions, Monkeye? Observe the homunculi. The homunculi are twitching slightly, as though from invisible electric impulses. They look virtually identical, yet each seems to be missing something. A limb, an implant, even a facial feature or two. Single gaze of the many faces no longer seem full of haughty superiority, only. Some kind of shared defect also shows in it. What is this place? It does not look like a Jakari lavatory. Clones look around, then in a movement that is almost synchronized, a disembodied voice answers you. This dreary vault is lacking in practicality and function, but it serves as a possible refuge for me in my research. Why are you here, not Gamora? I'm obviously here because this is my laboratory containing my research that requires my attention. The familiar voice of one of the Xenos sounds as though he's lecturing a child. See, I found a new company, Cervantes. Here's your Jakari voice again, but cannot see who is talking to you. Found? Don't you mean made? Had a backup shell stored away for centuries. The events of the Spire of the Raving Tempest convinced me one active body was not enough. Talking to one Cervantes or several? Is each of you a separate individual? Luckily, you can see are silent, and yet you still hear Cervantes' reply. His voice seems to be coming from every direction at once. I knew multiple forms intriguing, isn't it? I'll leave your question unanswered, specimen, to give you something to ponder. So the body of a dead tech person is left. Where did it come from? Explain. Broad, repulsive grin appears on one of the disfigured faces. How would I know? Can't tell one monkey from another. Hole in the ceiling is a particular design choice. What happened here? Single faces look annoyed and spiteful. For a moment, it seems monkey are about to reply in unison, but a barely perceptible electrical impulse stops them. One of them scoffs and mutters something through his teeth. It's more proof of how unreliable partnerships of lower life forms are. You notice one of the homunculi glance at the hole in the ceiling. Fury contorts Xeno's face. Cervantes is unable to hide his anger at what happened. Whoever did it, and whatever it was, they did. It enraged him. Very well. This means she'll be our last, Cervantes. Different from others of your species, specimen. This time around I want to study you much, and I mean much more thoroughly. Which necessitates your death. I hope dying once isn't enough for you either.
I will wipe your disgusting presence out of existence.
You'll suffer exquisitely.
Foul aberrations. Barely anything of note. As you hear is Cervantes, and Cervantes, and Cervantes, and Cervantes, and Cervantes. And I guess what was supposed to be Cervantes. When this creature kills an ally, it becomes stronger. Recovers all MP, gains an additional attack per turn, and plus 50% critical hit chance for 2 rounds. Do not let it kill allies. Kill them first. Okay, never mind. They have gone from simple cannon fodder to priority target. Just an instrument. Upon death, spawns a gas cloud that dissipates for 2 rounds. Gas heals allies to the fallen creature for 50% of their maximum wounds if they stay in the cloud for 1 round. And I guess this is the actual Travantis. At the beginning of this round, this creature gains stacks of blood barrier equal to the number of bleeding enemies. This creature also regains 10% of their maximum wounds per number of blood barrier stacks gained. Oh god. Experimental stem, sheer pain. The creature shoots at target suffering from bleeding and deals that much mental damage. Target becomes staggered instead of bleeding, and all the creatures around it suffer bleeding 8. Fate of the Abject. Okay, so don't bleed, and don't let the Anguish Prospector reach any of the foul aberrations. Okay. Step 1, Ulfar. Be up there and be on the line. Step 2, Ablar. Do the same. Get close, but in cover. You're let keep a distance. I'll keep a distance as well.
But of course. Anything else? Will do.
What is with the screaming?
Anything else? Will do.
Willpower test failed! Get blinded.
Anything else?
Brace yourself, Avalanche.
Skitja! My caravan! I will destroy!
If it serves your cause. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. If I must, fortune favors the swift. If it serves your cause. Hear you moving, no more.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Not gonna lie, I was not expecting the English Prospector to go after its own allies.
It's as good as
Its own allies. After the Cervantes clones.
I'll make it happen. I'll see to it personally. The best defense is a good offense.
Oops.
On it. It's as good as done.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone!
You will pay for this in blood.
I will not! As the Emperor I'll do it.
None can die in disgrace.
Wait, can I unlock Cervantes in place? Hello. Your mobility has been declined.
Corpse play. So it shall be. See how the wolf succeeds. So it shall be. You become the All-Father's worthy instrument. Your last stroke of luck. None can do this better than a warrior of the All-Father.
Indeed. I will do my duty. Victory is at your beck and call.
Trip.
Stop mocking me.
Okay, so every round it spawns another batch of them from all those things.
If only you knew.
I forgot about that.
I will carve runes out of your bones.
I move as if unseen. I will not. Stop trying, monkey.
Twisted creatures this time.
This tedium is beneath me. Another soul slips beyond the veil. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. If I must. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. Fall, creatures! Ancestors guide me.
An exemplary
Get wrecked.
Who, if not, ever stood a chance? I'll make it happen. On it.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. Doubt is for the weak.
Did not do enough damage to destroy the vat.
The Emperor's judgment. Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Destroying some of the vats.
I'll do it.
Alfar, commit hilarious.
So shall it be. Hand is thunder. My strike is ruin. By claw and fang, the foe will be turned to powder. It's a strike. Feel the icy bite of death.
Indeed. I will do my duty. I'd rather not. Someone else can do this.
Oh, you're immobilized.
Victory is imminent.
Oh, thank you for destroying the vat for me.
I approach the designated position. No weakness is hidden from my sight. I understand your intent.
Really? You're really gonna live? God dang it.
This tedium is beneath me. If it serves your cause. That is beneath me.
I'll see to another enemy down. Who, if not me? He's as good as done. On it.
Faith without deed.
Sweet.
This is unacceptable. As the Emperor commands, I act. God Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart! Doubt is for the weak. As the Emperor commands...
Is thunder. My strike is ruin. Wolves feel the icy bite of death. So it shall be. You become the All-Father's worthy instrument. Feel the icy bite of death. My hand is thunder. My strike is ruin.
Oh. I'll freaking still finish this.
See how the wolves succeed.
Oops, didn't mean to click that button. I meant to click this button.
Wolves in disgrace. Save your jests about fur, fleas, and marked territory. I heard enough of them back on Fenris.
Sure, I'm getting it. Wait, these just count. Oh, these count Xenos artifacts. Good. No, Xeno artifacts.
Let us not dawdle.
Blood barrier emitter. At the start of the turn, the wearer recovers wounds equal to the number of bleeding creatures. At least one wound is recovered that way. One fresh energy is removed from the wearer as well. Okay. That's powerful. Too bad I don't cause bleeding that much. Arch Machinator's Deceit. The wearer uses an attack that is of a different type than the previous attack. They gain momentum equal to their resolve. Valid attack type: single shot, melee attack, single target or burst. Area melee, area ranged, or ranged burst. Like this injector. Restores 105 wounds. Removes bleeding, burning, toxin, and melting. Heals 1 trauma and all injuries without skill test. Until the start of the next turn, the target gains 50 temporary wounds and 1 stack of fatigue until the end of combat. Interesting stuff. Can't use most of it, but interesting stuff. Second tier archetype talent. Choose a common talent. Let's go with agility. Plus 7 more temporary wounds. And skill athletics. What's your thing? Humanities finance is agility. Actually, let's go with that because you can make people prone. Yeah, let's get that one for more damage given out. And then yeah, let's get awareness mastered. Second tier archetype. Let's go obscured threat. And what to do for here? Guess advanced skill awareness. Chanel's buff intelligence. Tier archetype. Yeah, buff weapon skill. What's this? Damaged data slate. Data slate is dented. Screen displaying flickering colored stripes. The readable parts are twitchy and may contain repetitions. Numerous prior studies pursued the goal of breaking new ground and recreating and reviving specimens in the event of its death. The above-mentioned experiment laid the groundwork for modernizing and accelerating the recreation of a living organism from a minuscule sample of bone or muscle tissue. Every variety of living organism has been observed to release a number of chemicals at the moment of death that enabled the creation of an entirely identical clone with intact memories of its prior life up to and including the moment of death, most vividly detailed as to both physical sensations and emotional distress. As mentioned before, even the tiny modicum of bone or muscle tissue is sufficient for reviving or recreating an organism in an adequate lab setup. Bear in mind that work on creating the new body must begin before the third stage of decomposition has set in. Space around the hole is littered with lumps of broken rock. A feeble breeze blows through the ugly hole in the ceiling, stirring up wool runs of stone dust at your feet. The hole in the lab's vaulted ceiling and the hollow underneath it point you to the obvious conclusion. Something broke into this room, ripped out a piece of the lab, and dragged it outside. You are, for now, mystified as to what something was. Take a closer look around. Through the piled up rocks, dirt, and thick dust, you are able to make out parts of fixtures that are ripped out of their sockets and thrown to the floor. Parts like these are used for fastening industrial girders in place at large manufactorums around the Imperium, which reminds what destroyed the lab ceiling. Study the edges of the breach carefully. Reflect for a few minutes and conclude the hole in the lab ceiling was created by several powerful targeted explosions. After some more time, you note the characteristic marks on the debris in the walls. The thing was breached using melta charges. What do you make of all this? Just looking around frowning. I don't understand. Jakari machinery and the toys seem out of place within these walls. They seem positively alien, in fact. These walls, why, this is the standard architecture of an Imperium bunker. Why would Xenos conduct their business in a place like this? Ken were unable to find this place. The Dark Ones would hardly have been content with a single trophy, even one as great as this. No, this was done crudely and quickly, behavior more typical of Monkai. Named spot where all remains of the shattered floor in a small hollow. So there was something here that was stolen? Lift panel is unresponsive.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
I promised that despicable butcher Tarfantius that I would watch him die. And I kept my promise. Oh, blast it all. I also swore to piss on his corpse.
Oof.
I am proud that the von Valancius dynasty does not let old grudges go unanswered. Let every Xenos know that a crime against the rogue trader will bring doom upon them.
Yeah.
Rise to the top, or get left in the
How did I miss this? Toxic flavor. What? Flavor's attack also inflict toxin, same level as burning as afflicted. Oh no. Oh, that is nasty. Oh, that is really bad. Argenta. Enjoy.
I always keep my options open.
Box cast underneath your armor suddenly spits out a cacophony of sounds. The growl of chainswords, human screams, and screech of metal and the rattling interface of an active Voxcast. Working the button switches and tumblers only makes it worse. Repair the Voxcaster. Skillfully welding your tools, you open the valve ice case and check each price condition. Vox does not enjoy your manipulation, hisses at you, and then illuminates on the glow red, and broadcast stops. The column does not persist for long. Right before your eyes, the device remains burst into purple sparks, and the dead speaker amidst the familiar voices speaks with gods, hoarse and feeble. O Starborn, Sky Herald of the Eagle God, hear thy prayers of your servants sent to you through the myriad force of Cousin Tremor. The nightmare has become real, the darkness left the force, but the light of the dying star can still be saved. The heart of the forest calls out for you. As soon as the priest's voice stops, your entire body arches with a crack as if electrocuted. You're standing on the tips of your toes, staring at a crimson sky at dusk. It's turned into an ocean of spilt blood. Still surface is broken by a hand with fingers covered in rings. Caligos Winterskull emerges from the depths. Only take a single breath and disappear once more into the blood. Happens again and again and again and again until he finally notices you. He throws out his hand and reaches for you. He reaches out. The illusion fades away, leaving only a splitting headache in its wake. Closing his eyes in satisfaction, the wolf says with deep feeling, "Do not try to drown out this voice, Atvatar. The All-Father sends us the music of this battle, calling us to the Raven's Feast. We must make haste." Ah! Dira digs her nails into her face, purple sparks gleaming at the ends of her hair. The dusk sun has reached the treetops, and the crimson heart has struck its last beat. The dying stars have no hope left. Run, fools! Back! Quickly, we must return to the settlement. It may be a sacred sorcery that leads us, but in the end, we will either help those who await us or purge this world of more corrupted delusions. I could barely understand the speech of this monk, but one thing's clear: the settlement needs help. I care little about the woes of those primitive creatures. I'm simply paying reparations for the pain that my kin have brought upon this world. The throne's radiance, the Psyker certainly loves speaking on riddles, and then we're supposed to go harrying off and making guesses about what has happened. Avalor nervously fiddles with his mustache. Still, his tone made it clear that it is nothing good. I fear that it is already too late. Rotting feeling, I dare say. Go to the village. I blame corn.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Well, this place certainly could be doing better. Blood for the rogue trader's throne, skulls for the skull god. Oh no! Oh no! That's that sounds eerily close to Korn's motto. Well, what Korn worshippers like to scream. Caligos Winterskull looks uncomfortable, looking around at the blood-soaked village. His eyes are full of rage, as if absolute insanity has possessed him. Gordon the Grey seems hypnotized by his master's words, his bloodshot eyes alight with a slight, slowly glowing flame, unnatural, frightening, demonic. The remaining members of Winterskull's retinue have dispersed around the village's center. The Navigator apathetically observes the massacre from distance. The Tech Priest appears overly fascinated with assembling discipline in her own plague augments. And the slith mercenary is raising the village, wholly satisfied, while the Collegia's new Psyker, Speaker of Gods, is nowhere to be seen. By the Golden Throne in days, Argenta looks at the butchered bodies of local villagers, men and women, young and old. What offense do these poor souls commit to deserve such a gruesome fate? Smell corruption, a great deal of foul corruption. Ulfar stares fiercely at the carnage. They were killed not for need or cause, but for pleasure. You know what bodies look like when someone reveled in the slaughter? They look like this. Who's turns around and gives you the broadest of smiles. Alash, how was your hunt? Well, now I have my suspicions about the source of your remarkable strength. You have turned to the ruinous powers. What are you saying, new blood? Xenos addled your mind in so short a time? Close looks as you mix surprising confusion. Didn't Theodore explain to you that in the Expanse, baseless accusations went out of style a good 100 years ago? This guy I've heard of will never throw his old Corda only to indulge in mindless hunting. I didn't bring a fellowship person, did I? This guy would never have thrown his wolves a cord on to indulge in mindless hunting. Legos clicks his teeth and bursts into a fit of laughter, but then quickly calms down. Testing the boundaries are relaxed. I like your boldness, but you shouldn't stick your head so far into the beast's throat. I know that you killed your own Sinestral. But not since you're spewing your blood. Edric died at the hands of the Xenos who attacked our camp at night. Either he was a skillful error or he truly cannot remember what actually happened. Flinching, as if struck by a whip, Winterskill stares at the village with the look of someone who is seeing it for the first time. Confusion and unease creep into his gaze. What happened here? Who dared? Realization forms new lines on his face. No, I surely couldn't have. Or... Archmills is a heretic and servant of chaos. He is the one fighting the flames of your rage. It's your last chance, Clegos. Cleave this upstart in two with the axe I have blessed for you. Skin him and bathe in his blood. We'll forget everything, continue on our journey. To hunt and to kill. This is the way you prefer to drown your loneliness boredom, is it not? It's all you're doing? Wretched cur. Clegos swings his axe at the Archmilton, but he evades the mortal blow with the grace of a viper. Showed you mercy, and you have been corrupting my soul this entire time? Forcing me? No one forced you, Clegos. I merely enabled your desire, fostered it, made your crimson rage blossom. You suspected, but your own pride stopped you from recognizing your weaknesses. When it speaks, she becomes more and more distorted with each word, and a thought swells in the back of your mind. You wish to kill him, tear him apart, here, now. Is Wharton a demon host? Oh, that would be really screwed up. Weak, worthless fool, I've spent so many years growing this rage inside you, and still you resist. Just think you could refuse the blessing of the skull god at the last moment? One way or another, he will claim you all. Wharton's flesh bursts, and the last thing he notices is his hateful gaze turning to you. It was less than floor, ground, staring at the endless sky of Queza Timor. His pelvis was twisted unnaturally. His legs were not moving. An exposed bone shard protrudes from his right arm. Blood streams down his chin in a thin rivulet with no sign of stopping. It was a good fight. For the first time, Cleage's Winskill's voice is calm and humble. Mine seems to be damaged. There's no walking with that. Seems I may be correct. Clegos does not look dismayed by your words the slightest. After all, I can't even feel anything below the chest, aside from an overwhelming feeling of helplessness, of course. It's all a contingent wheeze instead of a laugh. I will take you to the Emperor's vow. There's no need. If you're so concerned about an old man's health, I shan't stop you.
Is there money to be made?
There's no reason not to grab the goods now. Look, these people need it. So was that it?
Rush not dawdle. I always have a backup plan. Rise to the top or get left in the dust. Keep your wits about you.
Why is Braden? Okay, it seems kind of sudden that it ends, and weird that they're just left laying around here. So I'm gonna quickly look up if there's anything I'm supposed to do here. Okay, so
I always keep my options.
Okay, seems like this is just where it ends. Weird.
Let us not dawdle.
Oh, oops, no one's trying to go this way. Alright, so let's speak with the deer. I need to speak to the Earl as well.
Elantak, I trust your journeys were fruitful.
Dude, you okay? Adira. Over your shoulder. Adira, how are you? Not regretting your decision, are you?
Never been better, Lord Captain. No joke. As soon as I stopped fearing for my life, even the voices in my head quieted down. But don't get me wrong, they will come back. And one day I'll find myself in a situation I can't get out of. But for now, I'm fine. And it's all thanks to you.
Good to hear.
You know, I think it's pretty ironic that my gift lets me see the future, when thinking about the future is the thing I'll do anything to avoid. Substances of all kinds, jokes, stories about their good old days. I hide under them all like a blanket. As long as I don't poke my head out, everything will be okay. At least, that's what I thought. But I'm tired of living other people's stories. I want to tell my own. I don't know when or how mine will come to an end, but I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that somebody someday tells at least one decent story about Adira Tlass. And I can't think of a better way to do that than by standing shoulder to shoulder with you.
One story? Don't sell yourself short. You've already had enough stories to fill a tome.
Then what are we waiting for? Get a scribe in here. We need to get all this down before we forget. We have to make me more heroic and powerful so that I come out looking the best next to your other companions. What do you reckon? How many wastrels have we slaughtered? 1 million? Stuff that. Let's make it 2.
Alright.
Of course. Always at your service. Whenever you need me.
Oh, Dara's doing great. Let's do some shopping real quick, and then I'll be ending stream. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Alright, Fellowship of the Void. Ooh, a Force Sword. Got our Starry's Bolt Pistol at 17. So let's hear 17 was the one to reach. Don't think I'm gonna be able to reach it in time. Explorators, what do you got for me? That's pretty good. Mm. Hmm. I ain't got enough to actually build that up anyways, so. See, if I can get to 22 though, that'd be helpful. Okay. And the Drusians. Oh, dang. Some good stuff in this list, but it's gonna take forever to raise up level. Well, either way, that's gonna be it for stream today. Went quite a bit later than I typically do. So yeah. Got quite a bit done. Turns out it was not Caligos who was Chaos Cultist. While he was becoming one, he was not one. It was Wharton the Grey who was inciting all this stuff. And it was actually a bloodletter in disguise, which, holy crap. How did Wharton get away with that? He was around multiple Psychers and Navigators. I can understand the ones around Caligos being, you know, dismayed by it. Due to being with Caligos and a part of the influence. But like Cassia, Dira, Henrix, they all met Wharton. How did none of them notice? Like if it was like a Zechian demon, I could understand them like pulling off that trickery, but Bloodletter, eh? Well, whatever. Anywho, that's gonna be it for stream today for this. Save the game. I will continue Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader come next Thursday. My next stream will be Monday with Horizon Forbidden West. With all that said, it's going to be it for stream today, so thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, follow, etc. for all that stuff, because it's helpful and whatnots. And with all that said, have a good time whatever time zone you're in, and yeah, bye for now.